What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Astroneer. My name is Splattercat. Very happy to have you here today as we try to decide what we want to do with our time. So we went to a new planet in the previous episode, and it went pretty well. Now, I'm thinking that if we build a trade depot on the moon, we'll be better off. I haven't actually played for about a week because I was waiting. I knew the developers would. I knew they would, but they released patches. Patches upon patches upon patches, which were especially designed to make the performance of the game better. And I am seeing about 20 more frames than I was about a week ago. And so if you're a little bit worried about the performance, the game has been going very, very well in that regard. Let me get my... So we got compound right there. Let me resituate all my stuff here. This happens whenever I load my game. There we go. So we've got that all situated. We've got compound. I don't really want compound. I want resin that I need to take with me to the other planet. And then we need to figure out the trade depot. I don't recall exactly what the... If we can make a trade depot, though, we can trade for anything on the moon that we need in order to get more fuel so that we can get around. Get around, round, round. Ooh, wap-a-doo. Yeah, let's refill our fuel tank, though, because I don't really relish the thought of being stranded on another planet. I would prefer to keep that. It says one seat upside down. Oh, yeah, we brought back a research thing, too. Let's see if this actually opens up the game or if anything happens when we utilize this, because that was one of my big curiosities as well as, like, is this going to help me? Or am I just going to get loot for it? Because if other planets have cooler stuff inside of them... Ooh, it looks like, yeah, there's extra research on other planets. Or maybe it was just one that I didn't have yet. We've got a winch. So we've got a winch and we've got a crane. Those are the two objects that we haven't built yet because I wasn't entirely sure how those would be useful. Like, I hadn't really locked that in yet. Oh, I've got more hydrazine over here. Yeah, let's hydrazinate on up. If I could fill this tank. There we go. All right, let's refuel this bad boy. Fill her up. Did I put resin in? My bad. I didn't mean to put resin in. I wanted hydrazine. There we go. So that should be mostly filled up right now. Now, if I can bring back a decent supply of resin with me, as well as I may for now forego. We're going to try and colonize a separate planet. And I'm thinking that, are we going to be rebuilding the same things over and over and over again? I don't know. I don't know how much research is out there, Nerd Castle. I don't know. The research could go pretty far without my knowledge. I've no idea whatsoever. So we've got our resin right there. Let's take this on up with us. We've got enough to make the flight, and so I want to invite you along as we jump into space and we make this thing happen, boo-boo. That's the sound I wish my spaceship made. My spaceship would go it would just have a wave file of me going through like a really, really big speaker on the side. Yeah, that actually, it looks like they cleaned up the... I mean, I was lagging super hard by the time I got here before, so there's an exotic planet, there's a barren planet, there's a Terran planet. So is it barren or is it Terran? I'm not caring. I'm just sharing that we found other planets. We've also got another planet over there, so I think we have to be inside the orbit. It looks like we've got a launch radius, basically, like as far as we can go. I say we go to the exotic planet. Let's go some. I want to see the exotics. I'm okay with the barren planet, but this one's further away, and if we can find a reasonable supply of hydrazine here, we can basically just fly wherever we want to go throughout the galaxy, and it'll all be perfectly fine. Now that they've got the performance issues all nice and taken care of, I'm not worrying about it one tiny bit. So where do we want to disembark at? What looks good, Nerd Castle? What seems like the place where we want to land and start a new home on a foreign planet? Well, I'm thinking somewhere around this region right here, because this region's differently colored. The rest of it's just pink and purple. This part right here, there looks like there might be some kind of like giant tree right there. I don't know. I'll go with this one. Let's go. Exploring new planets. Exploring new planets every day. Let me drop all on your surface. New planet. Ooh, this one's got all kinds of strangeness going on. Not much of a fantastic place for us to build a base, though. All things said and done. It's a little bit... Well, it's a little bit much. I may just use this one to gather up like a resource supply or something. Now, that looks like something we've seen before. I'm going to knock this off the cliff because I'm an asshole like that. So goodbye, plant that sits on the precipice of death. Enjoy your fall into Hades. God damn it. Yeah, sabotaging plants. The first thing we do when we get here, because we are humanity and we are giant assholes. We show up, break everything, and just don't give a damn. What is this weird plant over here? Oh, it's another one of those. That'll spit out like titanium or something if we were to plug it into any other device. This planet actually looks like it has more or less the same stuff that we've seen already, except for that thing right there. That looks new. I don't think I've seen that one before. So we'll strap this one onto the back of the ship, and then we'll be the hell on up out of here. I'm perfectly fine with looking around and seeing if we can find anything spectacularly interesting, but this spot is just not the spot that I was thinking to put a base in. I'll probably go back up to the surface. I'm sorry, I'll probably go back up to orbit. And what we've got to do here is we've just got to hope that we don't run out of gas. I don't know what it's going to cost me. Ooh, and hydrazine, that's looking a little bit rough. We've probably got enough left. We've probably got enough left to drop down on a new spot, get back up into space, and then maybe go back to where we came from. But other than that, I don't know. Let's try a flatter spot. Losing a little bit of hydrazine right there, but I think we've got enough. Worst case scenario is we've got enough resin on us to where the only thing I'll build is a new fuel refinery, and then we'll just have it do its thing over there. Oh, wow. There's like fart trees over... Oh, never mind. The trees aren't farting. It's just my ship. Okay. I thought maybe there was a fart tree over here. Why can't we have fart trees in space? Why do you deny me this simple pleasure? Why? So that over there looks like a statue holding that thing. Let's get our first pipe run here. Huh, well, it's not letting me extend a pipe out of this thing. And I don't know if maybe it's because the ground is uneven, or like maybe we're just not allowed to colonize this planet. I don't really know. But it's not letting me do my thing over here. Like normally what would happen is you would click on this little guy right here and then you'd be good to go. It's possible maybe because the tree's in the way, but I don't think that's it. I mean, I could roll it out of the way. That wouldn't be that difficult. I think if I go back around this way, it should push pretty easily. Push that tree. Push that log. Do it in the fog. Do it in a bog. Do it on the grog. Maybe if I like dig that out right there so it's got a little bit of motion. There we go. Now how do you feel about it? Build up some earth right here very quickly. Alright, we'll try to even this. Oh, I'm out of power. All out of power. I ain't got none. Strangely, another thing that I'm noticing is that it's not letting me build on this planet. So maybe for other planets, you've got to come back and you've got to have like maybe the bigger ship or something. I don't really know. It's not letting me extend a nozzle out on here, and I landed on 2 other spots before I reloaded my save, and it wouldn't let me build on any of the locations here. So it's possible that either this is not colonizable yet, which I don't think would be correct. I'm merely conjecturing right now. I have no idea what the proper thing is right now. However, that being said, let's take this thing back up into space. We'll research this object. We will go back, and we will go to our main base. Can I get there? Ooh, I can get to a radiated planet. I can get to an arid planet. I can get to lots of fun locations now. Oh, did the planet move? Where am I now? How am I this far away from home? That's weird. Maybe I don't have enough fuel to make the run? Seems vaguely possible, although something weird has happened here. Something weird that I'm not totally sure about. So, like, I don't know if that's our... Like, what is that right there? That's a tundra planet. What is happening right now? Our other planet wasn't that far away, was it? Or does my radius go down based on my fuel? It's also possible that they go through solar cycles, with planets being closer and further away based on the time. I would have to wait and watch. I mean, we're further inside. Oh, I think that's what it is. Oh, I'm going to have to wait to come about. Oh, I hadn't even vaguely thought about that. Curiouser and curiouser. Okay, well, we should come about faster. Ooh, I don't know. I mean, I could waste fuel trying to jump to the irradiated planet, but that's a very, very interesting point that I hadn't considered. Yeah, it looks like the positioning changes. I mean, our orbit should be faster than its orbit, but it's going to take us a little bit to come around. There's no real telling. So here, let me wait a minute until our planet is close enough to jump to, because I totally didn't expect that. And I'll see you on the opposite side. I did it, Nerdcastle. What I did is I took a look and I jumped to an irradiated planet, then I jumped to another planet, then I jumped to this one, just using the orbits essentially in the way that I assumed they were meant to be utilized. Now our base should be over here somewhere unless something has gone seriously wrong. Yeah, there it is right there. Let's drop back into our base. We'll research this object. And I'm not sure why it won't let me build on the exotic planet. Maybe the atmosphere isn't right. Maybe there's rules to building that we just aren't aware of yet. I don't know. It could go either way, but we made it back home, which is all that I really care about. Like, if we hadn't made it back home, this would have been a mess. Oop, and I'm trapped inside a building again here. Let's try that one more time. Nope, didn't want to. Come on. There we go. Normally it pops you out after a couple of seconds. Okay, so we're going to need more hydrazine. We're going to need, like, lots and lots and lots of hydrazine. So let's drain that on out. It's going to use up most of the slots. There we go. There's a hydrazine. The battery is going to pick up a lot of the slack right there, and as soon as that's recharged, we'll go ahead and get ourselves a few more canisters of hydrazine. In the meantime, I would like to grab this object here because I don't think we've ever seen one like this before and see what we can research out of it. We got to be able to turn it into something. And if it ends up giving us resources, I will accept that as a possibility as well. So let's see what happens here. Let's see what we pop out of this big old gumball looking thing. Yeah, it looks like we've still got more research to do. We just got to hit other planets to do it. Ooh, it's undulating in the middle. That's a little weird. So we've researched a drill head. Now, something tells me that probably comes out of the printer in one way or another. Where was my printer at? I don't recall. This was my printer. Okay, so from here, got the battery. Oh, shit, I did not want to do that. That was an accident over there. I clicked a thing on accident. Well, at least we can still build here. So if we got a winch, that takes 2 titanium. For a drill head, that takes 2 copper. I wonder what the drill head actively does. Here, give me my resin, get everything reseated here. Yeah, I think I'm going to go in on the drill head. Let's see what we can do here. We've got copper on that side. So I'm going to slot that in real quick. There we go, copper number 1. And these are both, there we go. Now we've got a little bit more on this side. Let's see what the drill bit does. So what did you do for me? My assumption is that perhaps doesn't look like it goes on there. So we'll leave that there for the moment. That obviously attaches to something. What it attaches to is not so clear to me right now, but it looks like it's like the final part of an assembly maybe. Go ahead and fill me up. Oh, I got solar panels over here. Fill me up a little bit more hydrazine, although I could do this a lot quicker with a trade depot. The trade depot is a pretty solid object that I've yet to build as of right now. And you know what? I'm going to consider doing it. So let's convert that into a bigger paddock. And we've got a trade platform right there. That takes 2 aluminum. I will work on refueling the ship in just a moment. But I've got my aluminum there. There's one of our aluminums, and our second one is going to be hidden over on this side because aluminum is a very hidey metal. Likes to hide. Hidey, 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 hi. You all know the song. Sing along. Get active in the audience. It's okay. I give you permission. I like audience participation. There we go. I don't know what you all think about it, but yeah, give me your suggestions down below on how you'd like to proceed. I don't know what to do here. We wanted to go with... So for the trade platform... Oxygen, huh? I don't think I want to put my oxygen on there. I assume that whatever we want, we put right there. Or, I'm sorry, whatever we want to sell, we put right there. And then whatever we want, we put in right here. And it'll tell us how much we get for it. I think. Maybe. Seems plausible. Seems believable. I can actually kill that right there, no problem. I made that mistake a little bit earlier, and I didn't know if you guys were aware. You can actually stop the hoses from running all over the place. Those damn hoses. Faux showses. We've got a little bit more hydrazine to refill the ship with. I wonder if I attach hydrazine tanks to the outside of it, if it'll give me a little bit of extra duration. Also something I think is worth thinking about. Continue filling up the hydrazine tanks. I am actually going to try exactly that. So now that we've got a trade depot, we've got to get this thing all nice and filled up. Click right there. Click right there. Fill that thing up to the brim. And then if I can get excess tanks all nice and situated. Yeah, buddy. Here, sit that wherever you're going to sit it while we've got like we've got like tons of power right now. So we might as well. I'm just going to spam this shit out because we need hydrazine. Loads and loads and loads of it. Such to the extent that I'm actually thinking about doing a second hydrazine production area too. I'll start this one before I leave. There we go. Cool. I want to build the bigger ship. Thinking about building the bigger ship now. Although, how we move this out of the way. Like, what if I wanted this to be in a different spot? So that'll install a one-seater. Storage. But I need compound for the storage to work. I wonder if it takes the ship and it puts it inside of storage. That's my estimation of what happens here. Yeah, I think that actually gives us extra fuel integrity. So that'll be nice too. Let me slap... Well, let's go back up to the moon and we'll get things started up there since there's not a lot of resin. I mean, we're still not going to have enough to really get things started. However, there are spaces on the back of the ship. A literal spaceship. That I could drop that right there. We'll put that right there. The extra hydrazine I can leave here for now because we've already got overflow. Like, we've got way more hydrazine than I think we actively need. Oh, it looks like it repopulated my planet too. There's a lot of like random stuff around here that I don't recall there being here. I'm going to take more resin with me, so I got at least 6 or 7 of it. Compound might be a decent call too, but up until we get to that bridge, let's not cross it, yeah. Looks like they made the energy tank. Oh, maybe it's my solar panel that's making it offload like that. Never mind. Let's say it seems like they made the tanks with your energy a little bit more efficient. I think it's just because the sun's up. Never mind. So there we go. Now we got a whole bunch of resin. And at the bare minimum, that'll give me the opportunity to start putting down... If I take 2 aluminum with me, I can make a trade depot, though. We could get anything we needed on the extra planet to make this go quicker. Do I have 2 aluminum? Let's go have a look and see if we have 2 aluminum, because I'll swap 2 of this for an aluminum. And then, on the moon, we can just go after whatever we want to go after, really. 2 aluminum? I do have 2 aluminum, actually. Cool. So let's just attach that to the pack. That's all good to go. And it's time for us to jump up off of here. We've only got a little small ship to work with, but I swear, we're going to get this done, and it's going to be radical, bro. Once we get it all finished off, this is going to be the shit. I promise. It's going to be the shit. So how close is our orbit right now? I do hope that they add a slider that lets you speed up time. If they're going to have this orbit mechanic be like a thing, basically. Just because... God, I wonder what effect that has, that tundra planet being so close to ours on tides. That would have to be hella gnarly, right? Let's go over to this barren planet. I think barren planets... I mean, they are the nobility. So, barren planets, you got to give them the respect that they deserve. Don't mouth off too much, because you will get called on it, unfortunately. They do have the mandate to send you to the gallows or wherever else. I believe we already have a location set down here. We'll just have to wait and see where it be at, yo. Unless our one tiny little node doesn't count. Because we only set down like one thing when we landed. We didn't set down much. I think we sent out like one extender or something like that. Yeah, we may run into an issue there. So let's just go ahead and we'll dive bomb the planet wherever we can. Oh, looky there. It already took all of our hydrazine tanks. So down doobie doo down down. Comma comma down doobie doo down down. Yeah, this place doesn't appear to be letting me build either. Let's try this again one more time. We'll try to land at the alternate location where we laid down the paddock. So on this planet, we just came up from like right there. Maybe that was the other spot where we landed? Oh. That was for sure not the spot where we wanted to land. That's absolutely a little bit messy. Oh, and this is actually... okay. Hopefully it'll pop me loose in just a minute, but... So after a bit of flying around and attempting to colonize other planets, it's not letting me build off of my ship. I don't know what's causing that. It let us do it in the previous episode, but it's not letting us do it now. I'm going to see if maybe it'll let me land over there. I tried to click it. I just flew through the world. That's right, we just transmaterialized ourselves on the planet because we're a badass like that. And that means that our next goal is going to be the creation of a larger ship that I can put a habitat on the back of. And then once we have the habitat on the back of the ship, then we'll give it a go. So what we need to do for right now is we're going to move this guy to storage, which I think will work better. Let me just drop these for now. I'll pick them back up in uno momento. We got to accomplish something. I mean, we're doing important research, though, in this episode. Like, we're figuring stuff out. So I don't feel like this episode was a complete and total wash. But I do feel like we may have some kind of issue because it let us build off of our craft that one time. I don't know why it's not letting us this time. No clue. I probably shouldn't be building this so close to my base. Yeah, like getting rid of all the ground right here. So I'll probably bring it back up. Once I have deposited my dumbass over here, I'll build it back up so that we don't have a giant, nasty ditch next to our base. There we go. I mean, it still looks a little bit rotten, but it'll have to do for now. I've got the 4 compound that I needed, so we'll slap those in. Let's see what happens here. What in the hell is that? Oh. It upgrades the ship so that you can carry more stuff. I thought that it was going to move this to storage. Okay. I mean, that's sort of an interesting situation. One that I don't really know what to say about it. That's definitely odd. That's a little bit weird. But I mean, we can 3D print a habitat over here now. And so the habitat, I think, takes 4 spots that it occupies. Let's go a little bit ways from our base, and we're just going to use the habitat to do what we couldn't do off of our ship. I don't know what's going on with that. I hazard to say, because I made such a massive mistake earlier on in this series saying that something was a bug, I'm now afraid to call something a bug, and so I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to assume that maybe I'm doing something wrong, which is probably a far safer estimate anyways, in all fairness. Knowing Splattercat, probably a better surmisement to begin with. Let's take this back. Obviously, I can't take a ship or anything like that with me, but I do want to colonize other planets and like fly around a little bit and just kind of see what the different planets have to offer. So we have that. I need a compound so that I can get another habitat popping. Let's get this thing cracking. And then if I can strap that onto the top of that right there, that might fix our problems. And we'll make ourselves like 2 away bases, basically. Oh, and if I can attach even more stuff onto the top. Oh, my God. So then, if I can attach the compound onto the sides right there, dude. This thing is like our future, this is like our space age RV right now. Put the resin on the backpack. Get the aluminum. My other aluminum looks like it either vanished or fell into a hole, which is unfortunate because I could use more aluminum right about now. Probably should have thought about that plan before I went and done it, but I got another one over here, so that's okay. And then we'll load up on resin as much as can be. Got our aluminum. We've got our habitat. I mean, frankly, I could bring just about everything with me if I wanted to. We're in a solid situation right now as far as our base is concerned and everything else, so there's no reason for us not to be productive over on this side now that everything is out and open, you know. My name is Splattercat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to farm out a bunch of hydrazine to take with me, too. Once the hydrazine is all situated, we'll go to another planet. I know I said that we were going to colonize in this one, but we were doing some important research and figuring out exactly how things function before we really put our nose to the grindstone here. So I'm going to get this thing all loaded up for our next space journey. I'm going to try and go to like a tundra planet or something like that. That seems like it might be a lot of fun. And I will see you all when we rejoin. This game is called Astroneer. If you like what I do here on the channel, please think about supporting me through Patreon. It's a very, very kind thing to do, and it makes sure that I don't end up cold, homeless, and alone out on a dingy street somewhere here in the Bay Area. So our streets are especially dingy and cold and alone. I don't know if anybody's ever brought that up or if you've ever done research, but they are especially dingy. I will see you all next time. Thank you for stopping on in. I always appreciate having a couple of people to hang out with while I play games. I will see you all when next we meet. Hi, do everybody.